My name is Ben Washington. This is for period, I think, 201 CMAT and Intro to 101. And the name of my entrepreneur is Oprah Winfrey. To give you a brief biography of Oprah Winfrey, Oprah Gail Winfrey was born January 29th, 1954. Known as simply Oprah, is an American talk show host and television producer, actress, author, and philanthropist. She is best known for her talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, and broadcasts from Chicago, which ran in national syndication for 25 years. And from 1986 to 2011, she is hailed as the queen of all media. She was the richest African American of the 20th century and was once the world's only black billionaire and the greatest black philanthropist in U.S. history. By 2007, she was sometimes ranked as the most influential woman in the world. Winfrey was born into poverty in rural Mississippi to a single teenage mother, and she was later raised in the inner city of Milwaukee. She has stated that she was molested during her childhood and early teenage years and became pregnant at 14. Her son was born prematurely and died in infancy. Winfrey was then sent to live with the man she calls her father, Vernon Winfrey, a barber in Nashville, Tennessee, and landed a job in radio while still in high school. By let me check if this is correct. In 19, I'm reading that incorrectly off my notes. By 19, she was a co-anchor for the local evening news, and Winfrey, often emotional in delivery, eventually landed her a transfer to the daytime talk show arena. And after boosting a third-rated local Chicago news show to first place, and she launched her own production company soon after. By the mid-90s, Winfrey had reinvented her show with a focus on literature, self-improvement, mindfulness, and spirituality. And though she had been criticized for unleashing a confession-based culture and promoting controversial self-help ideas, she also is praised for overcoming adversity to becoming a benefactor to others. Winfrey has also emerged as a political force in the 2008 presidential race in favor of President Barack Obama, and she was awarded a medal in 2013 by President Obama and received honorary doctorates from Duke and Harvard. And in 2008, she formed her own network, the Oprah Winfrey Network. So that's Oprah Winfrey. That's the basis as far as her company, her business, as far as her creating her own production company in the mid-90s and having the own network later in her latter years of her career, and her philanthropy as well, being a part of her company and business that she started. So I'm going to go into the interview from here. I have my girlfriend filling in for my partner that was supposed to do the assignment with me. So I'm still the interviewer. I'll be asking the questions. I wrote the answers, so I kind of know what the response will be, but we'll play along with it. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. So, hey, how you doing, Oprah? Thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview with me. I know it was at short notice, but, I'm glad to get you. So I have a couple questions, and it's really on how you are as an entrepreneur, so don't worry. It's nothing about controversy. I'm not going to ask you about none of that. I just really want to understand what it would take to kind of copy or kind of find a pathway to the same type of success as an entrepreneur myself. So just to jump right in, the OWN network, that's major. You know, being the first black billionaire, that's major. Like, with the OWN network, how do you come up with that idea? Like, how do you just say, like, yeah, I'm gonna go get the network? You know what I'm saying? Because you was very Kanye West before Kanye West, it seems.
So Stedman and I was in a hotel watching bad television, complaining about the state of television, talk shows in particular. And he said, why don't you change? Why don't you change it? Why don't you get your own network? And the rest was history.
Just like that. Stedman just came just like that. He said, why don't you just make your own network, Oprah? Wow. That's what happens when you have a loving, supporting partner. But what made you kind of lock in and say, yeah, though? Like, because I know you have a production company as well that you grew in the mid 90s. So I understand that network, from production company to network, that's like going from making the show to now making all the shows and all the program, like supervising the entire scene. So what makes you just say, yeah, I can do this?
Well, I said to myself, wouldn't it be something if I could create a network that was really about mindful? And I underlined mindful television.
Mindful television. So if it's mindful, like, what's the mission like for OWN? Like, what does it, when it goes into the television industry, which is crazy saturated since, you know, the newer technology with newer televisions, newer forms of media, you can see, like, OWN is on apps and everything. It's just like, what is the mission? Like, is the mission still the same? Like, what is the mission that makes OWN just apart from the rest of the industry?
The reason why I made the decision to go forward is because I believe that people deserve to have value-centered, inspirational programming for themselves. I believe television has become in many ways trash, but I feel like I have something to offer.
I really do think you do have something to offer, Oprah, because I love all your interviews, from the ones you did with Michael Jackson to the ones you did with Michael Jordan. Like, I swear, like, Oprah, you really can do no wrong. Honestly, you really can't do no wrong. And saying that, you've had a lot of success, like a lot, Oprah, like crazy, like, is you casting spells, like, you know, like, Oprah, you really do a lot. And I'm wondering, from your production company to the network to your brand to everything, like, what still sets you apart from the rest of your, I guess, your world, because you're dominating all the markets you seem to be in. You know what I mean?
During my time on NBC, I built my show around myself and the producers. We were young women in our 30s trying to figure it out and find our own way. It's a series of consistent things that make people say, it's time for change.
I do remember a lot of your shows having, like, those moments where it really pulled on the heartstrings. It really got people emotional to the point where they was like, it is time for a change. You know, even to the point where it's like Obama's thing was time for change. You know what I mean? Like, that's, and the fact that you was a part of that campaign is ridiculous. Who do you think, what do you look at is the success? Like, what is the weight to it?
A lot of grace, a lot of blessings. I don't believe in luck. For me, luck is preparation meeting the moment of opportunity.
I like that. And I'm going to seize this opportunity. Since I got you here, Oprah, I really can't give you a resume, but I got a couple film ideas, a couple television ideas, and a couple radio ideas. But before we sign the contracts, because I already know you got one pre-written for me, I just know it's in there. But what do you look for in an employee or a partner? I'd be more your partner than your employee. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't gonna be popping up on the office on me talking about, oh, where's your work at? Like, Oprah, where my check at? But what do you expect from an employee?
And that's a good question. For them to be authentic. I would not be able to be comfortable with myself if I had not made mistakes on the air, had been not allowed to make mistakes on the air, and understand that it doesn't matter.
I just have one more question for you, Oprah, and then I'm gonna let you go. I'm not holding you hostage, you know. But if you had any sort of advice for a young entrepreneur, because I really do feel grateful to be able to speak with you, because honestly, as far as someone in the communications major, I really think about trying to get into production, trying to get into the actual television networks, the radio and all that. Like, I really think about that on a regular basis, and the way you would got that success, you have a clear pathway to it. Honestly, like, you kind of showed us all the way if we want to get in that industry and really thrive. But what can you tell us if we're just starting out?
If you can find your passion, if you can find what you love, you never get tired. Or if you do get tired, it will fuel you.
Thank you, Oprah. I appreciate you for coming out.
Thank you.
And I have a safe flight. You take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.
So that was my interview. This has been Washington, CMAT 201, and NTR 101. Thank you